remember these from geometry class in high school? I'm guessing you don't. I'm guessing if you did one, it was a long, long time ago. And if you did do one, you might not have liked it when you did it the first time anyway. So I want to walk you through the logic, because the logic of this proof is exactly the logic that we have to use in this class. There is method, like I said, I hope you don't hate me for it, but I often say, come on, focus on the math. I don't do that because I'm a bastard. I do that, number one, because we can get in phenomenal debates for hours and hours and hours and forget the mathematics, which I don't want to do. And I'm not qualified in most times to get away from the mathematics too far. I can pick apart a study and ask questions about validity of biases and things like that. But honestly, what you guys have brought to the table today is far beyond most of what I bring to the table in your respective disciplines, so I appreciate that. But at the same time, let's focus on the math now. I tried throwing discus in high school. I wasn't strong enough to throw a shot. I wasn't fast enough to run the distance or the sprints. So I wanted to do spring track, so I tried to throw discus. And the discus pit was set up right next to 18th Street, there's a Broome, 18th or Broome, one of those streets in Wilmington, very busy street. And the street was over here, and discus was, the discus was throwing, like, I think parallel, or I forget, parallel to the street, I think. It was kind of a ridiculous setup for the field. It was inner city, very tight, you had limited space to do field events. And I would spin around, and get great form, then I'd come around and let go of the discus, and try to get it to head where it needs to head. Well, the problem was, I was letting it go, and it was flying in the street. And finally, my coach saw that. He's like, before you put any more car windows out, you're letting the discus go too late. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you're letting it go 90 degrees too late. You need to let it go 90 degrees too late. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, if you want the discus to go there, you have to let it go out here. You can't let it go here. If you let it go here, it's going to go there. And his point was a geometric point, which as soon as he said that, I'm like, oh my God, it's geometry. It makes perfect sense. When you have a circle, and you draw what's called a tangent to the circle, it makes a 90-degree angle to a radius drawn to that point. Now, I want to prove that to you using techniques that we're going to use in this class, which is an interesting little takeaway that we can tie in. We'll go over to this sideboard over here. Zoom in.